Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mailmail96. I am a streamer and a VTuber. I stream a bunch of games on my Twitch as well as reaction content. It will be linked in the description if you're interested. And I do like reaction content on YouTube over here, and I have a very cool Discord server full of really cool people. We hang out and we play video games together. So if you're interested, that'll be in the description as well. As for today, I go over some like Reddit stories and like confessions, and we talk about them. And the second one kind of goes over a controversial age gap, and the conversations we were having and like everyone's perspective was so interesting to me. So I tried to cut it down as much as I could, but I just genuinely really liked everyone's perspective and what everyone was saying. So it's a little bit on the longer side. I hope you guys watch it and I hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, feel free to let me know what are your opinions on the second story as well. And yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, guys, enough yapping. I'm gonna be watching this deranged Reddit confessions, and I don't know. I haven't seen it, so we'll see how deranged it really is. Okay? Everybody okay with that? Let's go.
And alright, anyways, without further ado, let's get into some deranged Reddit confessions. I knocked a homeless
Oh
guy
my god.
unconscious because he tried to take my latte. Nobody will ever know but me.
What about the people around you?
I started a new job just over a year ago. I work 7 to 3 most days, and I don't own a car, so I usually walk from my apartment to my place of work. The walk to work
Is it valid? No one takes my Okay, we're about to see. Like, if you have a really bad day and someone takes your like matcha latte, guys, performative males. Someone takes your matcha latte. What are we doing?
is mostly on main streets, but there's one alleyway that I take to make my walk 5 minutes shorter. Next to this alley is a coffee shop. My city has a noticeable homeless population, and there are some people
Holy, what is that word? Sennheiser? Momentum? Okay. That I've never heard of that.
who hang out along the streets asking for food, money, etc. They are mostly harmless. They don't get in people's way or harass anyone, as far as I know. But there is one guy, we'll call him Bob, for
Bob.
simplicity, who hangs out outside of the coffee shop most days, waiting for someone to buy him a coffee. For years, I've been in the habit of treating myself to an iced latte every Friday.
I let them have the latte and buy myself another because I'm Mr. Wholesome Bear. Oh, but what happened to Mr. Law Bear? You know, they're breaking the laws and stealing. If someone takes my matcha latte, I'm smacking them down with my feminist. It's in my tote bag. This is the right answer. I'm going after them. I need my latte. If someone took my matcha latte, I would. Yo! You like the American I am? Okay, that's insane.
So on my first Friday on the job,
Okay,
I
I'll look
naively
into them,
bought
Sky.
this man
Thank
a
you for the
coffee
rec.
when he asked me to, not realizing the big mistake I made. I bought him an 8-ounce hot black coffee, the cheapest item on the menu, and myself my usual 20-ounce latte. When I exited the coffee
I hate
shop, before I could
coffee
hand Bob his drink,
unless
he
it's like a
snatched my
very
drink and
sugary
walked off
drink.
before I could blink. From that day on, every time I passed the coffee shop, Bob would catcall me and yell at me to buy him a coffee. Occasionally, he would even follow me down the alley and try to take my belongings. I felt very threatened because that early in the morning,
Did the
there weren't many
poster
people
mention if they're a female or male?
on the street, which I think is why he did it. When I passed that place in the evening, he usually didn't say anything as more people were around. Usually, Bob was
Oh,
completely harmless, but he followed me down the alley more than a few times, occasionally trying to take my belongings or my latte. About a month after I started my new job, I bought my latte and walked down the alley. Bob followed me down the alley, only this time he managed to get really close to me and reached out to snatch the latte from my hand. Before I could think, my other
Reddit
hand
is
hit
so
his
funny.
jaw. The thing is, I'm a pretty big girl,
Yes,
5'11"
they're
and 155
girl.
pounds. I run and lift weights.
5'11", 155 pounds. I don't know what that is in non-American units, but I think she's pretty fit.
so I'm athletic too. I've never hit someone outside a classroom setting, but I have some martial arts experience, so I know the knockout points and can throw a good punch. I once
Damn.
knocked out a strong
Teach
280-pound
me.
man on accident during a class, so it was no surprise that this guy went out cold, hitting the side of a building on his way down. I think I saw blood on his face, but I'm not sure because I
I
kept
love how this is supposed to be deranged, but it's literally self-defense. Like if somebody gets too close to you and they've taken your things before, this is self-defense. I think she's allowed. She's a foot taller than you. I am not 4'11". For the 19th quadrillionth millionth time, I'm not 4'11". 180. Oh, 70 kgs is a lot. But I guess she is very tall. What is your biggest fear? Like spiders, sharks, or something like that? That's such a deep question. My biggest fear? I don't know. Fear of the unknown. I know Dia said this, but I also really relate to it. Reasonable crash out, right? This is self-defense.
walking. Nobody saw. There were no windows facing the alley, and we were far from the main roads. Since it was just past 6 a.m., not many people were out, even on the main roads. My actions that day were rash, and I am in no way suggesting anyone do something similar because you never know who is watching. That said, I haven't seen this guy anywhere near the coffee shop. I highly doubt that I killed
Highly
him, but
doubt that I
I
killed
think I
him.
scared him off. I'm not sure how crime investigation stuff works, but it's been a year and I've heard nothing. As far as the world knows, I am an innocent, and I plan on taking the secret with me to the grave. Update. After reading some comments, I want to respond to some comment threads. 1. Since the incident, I have stopped taking the shortcut to work and instead take the main roads. An extra 5 minutes isn't worth getting robbed, lol. There's usually at least somebody on those roads who will see if someone tries anything, and the buildings all have windows.
I would never go down a dark alleyway, no matter how L reactions I'll crash out. Okay. Is that all you say, Hawk? It's in self-defense. She did nothing wrong, honestly. Yeah, I feel like this is just blown out of proportion. I probably have deeper things I would fear or dread, but my biggest normal fear is freaking spiders. I also don't like spiders. I don't like spiders. I don't like needles. If we're talking normal fears, those. If we're talking like just also the darkness. I hate being alone in the dark. It's so scary.
invested in pepper gel since it's better for temporarily disabling an
I'm
assailant
six
rather
foot
than
1 inch and I
permanently
won't go
injuring
down it.
them.
Right?
In general, this incident has
Is
made me a
getting
lot
old
more
because it's your
cautious and aware
reality. Your rage bait won't work on me today. We're the same age.
of my surroundings. So far, an incident like this has not happened again. 2. A bunch of people are saying this post is fake because there's no way someone as small as me can knock out a 280-pound man. Have y'all never seen a
5'11" is
5'11",
not small.
155-pound woman? I would attach a photo of myself, if I could. That would defeat the whole point of anonymity. But if you want a reference for what I look like, I have a similar body to Katie Ledecky. We are almost the same height and weight, and she is not small. I can bench my body weight and deadlift more than double my body weight. Also,
she can bench 155 pounds? Holy.
if you know anything about pressure point theory, you know that no amount of muscle or size will protect someone if you hit certain points straight on.
The most I can do is like a little bit over my body weight, and that's also for something like hip thrusts, which is, stat padded. We're not the same age. I'm younger. Okay, little bro. Your model looks so angry. She does have a resting. I don't know how to fix it. She's only 2 inches shorter than. Um, I would say like anything 5'10" and above is like very tall. Yeah, I would say that. She's the same height as me. Yo, you're tall.
Out the 280-pound man, he was standing perfectly still, right in front of me. I was being directed where to hit by my instructor, and I put too much power behind it and knocked him out. It's hard to hit the points correctly in real time unless you have lots of experience. I have about 2.5 years of experience, but Bob was a lot more frail than that guy, so he was
Yeah, I
easier to knock
imagine.
out.
He's a homeless guy.
Even if I didn't hit the point on his jaw
Thanks
perfectly.
for the lurk space.
And all right, guys, I've read a lot of comments on this post, and a lot of people are saying she's innocent. And I would have to agree with her
Yeah,
because,
she's
I
innocent.
mean, it's
It's
not smart for her to walk down an alleyway at
self-defense.
6 in the morning. A lot of bad stuff could happen. But this guy, this homeless guy, was getting way too close. He was, like she said multiple times, trying to take her belongings, and that's just not okay. And I think
When
it's
you look
safe
to
to
the
say
side,
that
you look less
him
angry.
or her punching him in that
What the helly? Thank you, Bull. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I am eternally grateful. Thank you. Yo, Bull, you just funded my new headset. If this actually happened, I'd say she's innocent, but this story is 1000% fake. I don't know, it's possible. Dark alleyways be like that. Bull making those what I think that's supposed to say sales. Let's go. Thank you, Bull. Much appreciated.
pit in this scenario is okay. And I wouldn't suggest doing it. It's not okay that she did it, but it's better
I
than
know
the
he's not
alternative
here
of
right
her
now,
getting
but this
hurt,
guy sounds like
robbed, or
static.
stolen from again. So
It's not anytime you hear someone talking about pressure points and stuff with fighting, you know it's cap. Really? But aren't they like a real thing? Like your jugular and then also like I don't know, my brother taught me this. Up the nose, you can break the nose really easily. I don't know if it's true, and I've never tried it because I think if I was ever in this situation where I needed to fight for my life, I'd be dead because I'm not good at pressure points are very real. They're definitely real, but like in like street fighting, I don't know if anyone is thinking about it. You can kill with a breaking nose punch. Yeah, but you have to be like tactical about it. My brother taught me to use my palm. Like I don't know how to show you. You know, like you do an uppercut or something. There's no some magic point on the body that makes you fall over. No, there is, dude. The neck. The neck. I've literally seen guys do this to each other. You can make someone pass out. There is a point on your neck. Kidney punches are also lethal. Mao is ready to kill. There isn't. That's fake. I've literally seen it happen right in front of me. I'm the only one of us that's actually trained. I don't know. I'm just saying that I think there are. Like the back of your neck or something. Real people would use it and but I think it's classified as like dirty or like foul play if you knock someone out, like knock them unconscious.
I think in this certain scenario, it's not her fault and it's justified. And it's a decent confession to not tell
It's
anyone
foul
because
play.
you would probably go to jail for assault. But interesting confession.
No, I think it's self-defense. I don't think she would even go to jail. By the way, guys, I added a corset. I love corsets. I wear corsets a lot, IRL, because I like the way they look. Knockouts are illegal. No, but like knocking someone out in W. Yes, thank you. It looks good. Thank you. The only things that are banned are shots to the back of the head and low blows. What about like poking someone's eyes out? Is that allowed? Marrying for money sucks and I don't recommend it. Oh.
Marrying for money sucks,
Ooh.
and I do not recommend it.
Spicy.
I married a 40-year-old when I was 19.
What? A 40-year-old when I was 19? Eye pokes are banned?
Started dating when I was 17.
Yo. Okay.
Yes, it was gross, but that's what happened. The only reason he married me is because I was hot.
I think it's because you were a minor,
The
but
only reason I married him is because he had money. I actually do have other redeeming characteristics, but he married me because I was hot.
or because you were a minor?
I know this. Everyone knows this. It doesn't feel great, but I can deal with it. We've been married 20 years, 4
Okay,
kids,
so if we think about it, this probably happened, yeah, a really long time ago. Like married 20 years, okay? This is a time that's before our generation basically. It's like my mom's generation. Technically my mom and dad are very close in age, but my grandmother was married at like 15, so it did happen. Anywhere pressure points aren't anywhere near like in the movies where Kung Fu Panda can tweak someone's finger and KO them, but they certainly do exist. Ayo, what the fuck, right? My grandma was also 14. Yeah. I'm 30 and I wouldn't marry a 19-year-old. The bare minimum. I don't know. I think that's such a problematic age gap. When she married a 32-year-old, I think my grandmother married someone in his 40s. I don't remember. My grandpa was in his 30s and my grandma was, yeah, exactly. So this is like a time that it was normal. My
We're stable, and
grandpa
we have
also
lots in
left
common
my
at this point,
grandma.
and we do love each other.
Sorry for the random lore
But
drop.
if I could go back and slap myself, I would. When nobody tells you, or they try.
Yo, what the hell, Bull, Bull, you say these things just to rage bait me, dude. If you've seen any of his comments, he always tries to rage bait me. No, 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 it's not real. Yo, Bull, somebody's gonna lock you up if you keep saying this stuff.
You don't listen because you're a dumbass teenager.
I don't understand what she's saying.
When nobody tells you, or they try and you don't listen because you're a dumbass teenager, is that marrying like this means you will fucking owe him for everything, every goddamn day.
Oh, well, that's so
Not
sad.
just in the bedroom, but in every other matter in your.
What does that sentence imply? I know you guys heard it.
Your life. The stuff you never imagined someone else trying to decide for you. And you don't just owe him for the money. It's a lot heavier than that. He'll never say it out loud.
Yo, this is
You'll know
sad.
the deal. Fundamentally unequal. He'll pull rank at the most random times.
Okay, but at least he'll die, right? Before you. He'll die like at least 20 years before you.
Feel like you're falling through the floor. I don't hate my life or anything. I accept that I made this bed and I have to lie in it, but I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else. My oldest daughter is 2 years younger than I was when I met my husband, and I can't imagine.
Right.
And alright, this one doesn't have a.
This is sad. This is just sad. I think this was like another time and she was just too young and maybe money was something that she really needed, but she was 100% groomed, honestly. Yeah. It's also I think you have to keep in mind that this person is like probably from like the previous generation, if she has been married for 20 years and her kid is almost 17. Also in MMA and stuff, this is a word I can't fucking pronounce. Ad- Adrenaline, there we go, is super high and they have super high pain tolerance from training, so that's part of the reason the pressure points don't work. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I feel bad for her. Wait, she's still with this guy? Yep, they've been married for 20 years. If they dated when she was 17, like TBH, it's different if a 50-year-old marries at 30, but a 50 marrying, yeah, I would agree. I think 50 and 30 is fine because at that point, like, you've both probably been in relationships and stuff, but a 17-year-old and a 40-year-old is there's an insane power dynamic and power imbalance.
Lot to input on, but I think it's good advice for any of you guys out there and you're considering marrying young.
What do I think is a good age? That's such a difficult question where you can make your own. Oh, good age. Okay. I'm 24 and I still feel like I don't have anything figured out. But I'd say things started making sense to me. Like, you guys didn't know me when I was 20. I was so innocent. I was so stupid. I was so naive. And so I would say even early 20s, you're still way too dumb. And I would say like mid 20s, you start understanding who you are. I get the 19-year-old. I don't even want to talk when I was 19. When I was 19, my brain was like not developed at all. I'm a 24-year-old dude and I wouldn't date a 30-year-old, let alone a 40-year-old. That's insane. Uh, I'm 24. 40 is crazy. Yeah. I don't really know where my Yo, is that a crazy thing to admit? If someone your age is married to like a 50 year, you wouldn't just No, a 24-year-old married to a 50-year-old, that's like freaking Leonardo DiCaprio. I would probably be like, "Yo, what are you doing?" If that person was like my friend or something, it's a bit weird. Depends on how hot and rich the 50-year-old man is. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That was a joke, please. So let's take Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay. I would judge hard. Caught in 4K. She's not kidding, and it wasn't a joke, by the way. Can't you hear it in my. But Loki, you're a bit weird, Mount. Dude, I'm joking. At what age are girls accountable? What does that even mean, Bull? What do you mean, accountable for what? Think of it the other way around. Like, is it okay for a 24-year-old boy or man to date a 50-year-old woman? I don't know. Some guys are into it. If he was 50 and he looked like the new Gambit skin, oh shit. Oh shit. I'm sorry. I'll I'd I'd fold. Where they make their own decisions. Nah, okay, realistically, I don't think I'd ever go for a 50-year-old. That's too big of an age gap. What would we even talk about? He wouldn't find me funny. He'd be like, "Yo, what is this brain rotted child?" Gambit never folds, but Mao does. Low key. I think if the person is over about 25, then it's really their choice. Like, you can judge them. It's still a little weird, but you don't. Yeah, I agree. You can judge them, but it's still their choice, right? What age is it up to the girl and she's responsible for her actions and people? I would say mid 20s, like Sky. I kind of agree. I'd say right about where I am, 24, 25, 26 and above. I'm consistent in what I believe in. Wait, what's funny is no one says anything about the age gap. It's only male on female age gaps. I do. I would also say I do. Like, if a 20-year-old guy is dating like a 32-year-old woman, there's something going on that's not. I think it's because guys don't like to be like, "Oh, I was groomed," or, "Oh, she's like using me," like it ties into their masculinity. They don't want to feel like they're being used. My wife was 23 when we got married. Yeah, but you're the same age as her, so like if someone your age married Leo, yo, I would never. I don't like Leonardo DiCaprio. I never liked him. Even in like Titanic, everyone used to be like, "Oh, he's so hot." Never my type. I think that guy has some major issues and I don't like. The problem is the brain isn't fully developed until mid 20s. It's much easier to exploit someone in that situation. Yeah. Okay, you're forgetting that he's a hardcore Zionist builds hope. That too. That too. Like someone Leo's age. Dude, I wouldn't. I keep telling you this. Like, I know I make the joke, but I wouldn't. 50, he's around 50, right? It's too much. It goes to even like what are you even supposed to talk to that man about, right? Like, I feel like other than him being rich, our relationship would be dry. And I'm not really the type to marry someone for money. Let's say it's a 50-year-old guy. He's a good person. Okay, but how are we relating? Just exist? Yeah, I feel like he's using me for other things. He's using me for stuff. Because realistically, why is a 50-year-old man still attracted to a girl in her like early to mid 20s? If you said someone your age got married, you'd still think it's super weird. I do think it would be super weird, but I wouldn't judge them. Like, it's their choice at that point. The guy is at fault. I don't think anyone's at fault. If you're like 25 to be dating anyone under 40 regardless of gender. Um I don't know. I think 30, 35 also works. I don't know. You have to think like when you reach that age group, there's your pool is like smaller, you know? not that many people are single and not that many people are open to dating older people. The relationship just becomes like an effed up transaction after a certain age gap. I agree with you. Especially if the girl or the guy is very young. Like, if one partner is very young, it's very obvious they're being used for something, you know? Like, the person is old enough, then still their choice, but it's never a choice that I would make to put myself in a transactional based marriage. I agree with you. Weird, yeah. I'm more talking about morally if the girl agrees to marry the guy. I mean, then it's the girl's choice. We're talking about like if she's 25 plus, okay? Let's put that bar out there. If she's 25 plus and she married a guy who's in his 50s, that's her call to make. I wouldn't make that choice ever, but I think that's her choice. I agree. I think 30 is fine too if you're 50. Mm, I don't know, Lee. You're you're 30 right now. Would you date someone who's 50? But that's fair. What if it's not a transactional, it's a love marriage? It's a gray area. Do you I don't know. I feel like I would not relate to a 50-year-old man like at all. My dad is in his 50s. Me and my dad have nothing to talk about. Maybe, but I truly doubt that's the case in almost all cases. I doubt many 50-year-olds are looking to be stepmoms. I don't know, they're probably already moms at that point, right? Even if it's transactional at a certain point, I think the girl should be held responsible for. Yeah, that's what we're seeing. Mid 20s, yeah. It's going to be It's going to inherently become transactional based relationship if one partner is old enough to be the other partner's parent, bro. It's just weird. Also, guys, I don't know. I feel like if you're a 50-year-old man or woman dating someone who's like 25, I feel like you're using them for their body because is that weird to say? Because because they haven't hit that mark where they're like super aged. Yeah. You 100% are. Exactly. That's what I feel like. So even no amount of money can fully like compensate for that, in my opinion. I wouldn't want to marry somebody just for them to use me like that. It's not a choice I would make. Yep. Again, it goes down to the person. I have a friend that married a 19-year-old at 30 and they're happy with 3 kids. It's not all bad. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they've been married for 12 years. Well, good for them, but I don't know. I personally, if I had a 19-year-old daughter and I found out she was dating a 30-year-old man, I would be like concerned, you know? Like I wouldn't be okay with that. Holy yap, guys. We talked for so long. My brother married an 18 or 19-year-old at like 30 and I thought it was weird then and I still think are they still together? Oh, they have 3 kids. Um I don't know. I think 18 and 19 is like a very sensitive age. I guess it depends on the person. When I was 18 and 19, I was too naive. Like I would have just been used in any single relationship, right? So I wouldn't ever do that. But then again, I don't know. It's often just like a type of long-term escort service where the age gap is big enough and there's money involved. Said I wouldn't get with a 19-year-old, but that's with where I'm at. I think my lowest is 25 currently. Okay. I see. I hear you. Again, if somebody has done like there's nothing wrong legally about that, like a 19. Oh, this also ties back into Saikuno's situation, the 19-year-old and the 30 to 34-year-old. There's nothing wrong with it legally. It's just questionable morally. Like what are you getting from a 19-year-old that you can't get from girls your age, or women your age? Not really legal either way. They dated when she was a oops. In those type of 10-year age gaps and the heavy rely. Oh, 10-year gaps and stuff, it's heavy on the guy to be like super weird, to not be super weird, manipulate the girl in theory. Happy marriages with 10 years, but there's too much of a power gap if the guy is a weird. You know, I have something weird to say about this. Even if the guy isn't like manipulative and stuff, a 30-year-old man will be more settled. He'll have his own income. He'll probably have a job than an 18, 19-year-old girl, you know? Naturally, that dynamic is gonna form either way. My parents are 10 years apart. Oh? Well, again, that was a long time ago. Like, that was a different era. We're talking about now. And also, it depends on each girl. I'm not gonna say there's anything wrong with it. It depends on each girl. Personally, for me, I was too innocent that, like, I would have been in a horrible situation if that was me. I 100% think that what Saikuno did was morally wrong, even if he wasn't cheating. I agree. If you're that young, the parents need to be heavily involved. Mm. Also, like, this also comes in because, like, if you're getting married, is a 19-year-old, it depends on the person, 19-year-old, 18-year-old, like, mature enough to be a mother? I know a lot of people in like having kids at a younger age. I personally am more like I want to be an age where I think that I can raise my kids with like the knowledge I have, like I can be the responsible adult and their friend because a lot of people want to have kids younger so that they're like, "Oh, I can, hang out with my kids when I'm still young," but I don't really look at it like that. If they talk to the older guy and you guys all decide as a family that he's a good person and will make you happy, I don't think there's anything super horrible about that. Um, I guess I'm only 24 and even I would be, but like Bull, like I get that but like you're talking about it a long time ago, right? Like think now, like if you for example had a daughter who's 19 and she tells you about a man that she's been seeing and he's 30, 31. Realistically, even if he's a great guy, I think you'd be cautious. I'm only 24 and even I would be uncomfortable to date an 18-year-old I agree with you, dude. I can't imagine myself like going after an 18-year-old guy. I would feel so wrong. I would feel so wrong. Let alone if I was in my 30s. It's just weird. Definitely depends on the person. I can tell you right now, as long as you're married before having kids, you're fine. I'm talking from experience. Oh, okay. Anyways, guys, we
But anyways, on to
good
the next.
conversations though. I really like everybody's opinions. I think we're all on a very similar. And she tells me she's seeing a 30-year-old. I'm doing everything in my power to get her to leave him and never speak to him again. Hmm. But what if she's like super in love with this 30-year-old man? You know? I'd be cautious, but again, let his character speak, I guess, as long as they met as adults and everything's clean and the guy's a good guy. I have another weird thing. I guess I'll see when I get there. I agree with you on this one. I feel like there's such a big difference in like life experience, love experience, if you're an 18-year-old versus a 30-year-old. I don't know. I'd like the man that I'm with to be on the same level, because it also leads to very toxic it leads to very toxic relationship mentally. Realistically, a 30-year-old guy has probably been with more people than an 18-year-old girl. I'd say the fact he's in his 30s trying to get with an 18 shows his character enough. Oof.